To the channel, Reverend Dr. J.W. Morrison, theologist, currently situated at Cromer on the North Shore, Sydney, but from Gosford, Central Coast, New South Wales, Australia. I think everybody's got a right to their reality, and that could cause conflicts. Everybody does and can have different realities in the world that we live in today. These seem to either harmonise or conflict. But reality for individuals is a real thing, and when you can harmonise through the journey on compatible realities or conflicting realities, that's a good sign that a relationship could be good. Now, one of the hard things for me at the moment is all this stuff. If anything seems to go wrong in a relationship, it has to be narcissism. That's not true. Human nature has a way of developing itself for positive or for negative through intimate relationships, because intimacy has a way of impacting our psyche. It can impact it for good or for bad. And it depends on how we've been culturalized to accept and digest and use the interchange of intimacy in our lives and for the benefit of the relationship that we're sharing the intimacy in. I think people are designed to be monogamous like God was. He's a jealous God. We get jealous if people start. I've even had girlfriends that have said they get jealous of my past, of what I've done in the past. I can't change my past. They can't change their past. You can't change your past. But the thought of what our past is obviously can impact people in a way in which causes concern or insecurity. But the past is past, and if it's a good past where you've had good, proper, decent relationships as far as it depended on the both of you, and they didn't work out, well, that's just the way life is. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person or this kind of thing, although usually at a breakup there's going to be a smear campaign and somebody's, either done this, that or the other. But at the same token, that doesn't necessarily mean that either person really was bad. It was just a relationship that wasn't destined to work out. And we're not culturalized to fail in relationships, so we will be impacted by that. Some relationships produce trauma at breakup. Some relationships break up because of trauma. So there's a trauma that leads to breakup. There's a trauma that comes post-breakup. So there's multiple layers of trauma that happen and are consequential to relationships. That's why we're not designed to swap and change, because every time we swap and change, multiple layers of trauma take place in our psyche, and it can affect our body. People get ill, suffer mental and physical impacts from broken relationships, mental in particular. And so we have to be very fragile with the people that we're dealing with. If you're in a relationship and there's situations that just aren't being resolved, and you've asked for them to be resolved and it's not happening, you're not there to cater to somebody's destructive behaviour. You're not there to enable somebody's destructive characteristics or behaviour, because that will impact you, particularly if you are intimate with that person.